All right, good evening. What's the deal? What's going on, everybody? We're back. We're live. The assassins have failed once again. Failed to prevent us from another live stream, and we are here. Welcome. Gather around, gather around. Just random singing over here. We're not too transitional here. Kind of random. Love being lucky. Jay, what goes on? Here's the Zoom gang. Let's get everybody in there. Seven didn't catch up, ended up over trading and blew the account. I wish it could be like, damn, that's crazy. Not like it's kind of like what's expected. So it's like, don't get too down on yourself. Just make sure there's a lesson there, right? You can't do the same shit next time and expect a different result. Fine. You gotta get sick and tired of your own shit. You gotta do it. Derpy. Yeah. I mean, like in this industry, in this game, it's almost the norm, right? It sucks, but that's what it really is. Good evening, good evening. Oh. Benny beefing with somebody. All right, let's get into a little breakdown here. Look at this. Yo, if this guy doesn't. So, look at this daily candle. Yo, chill. Come here. Fresh mind, I got it from the account. Got 3K left to pass, but I'm at one. Yo, come back. And now missed the move. Anyway, let me get into a breakdown. We did close bullish on the daily, but the way we opened here makes me think based on this 4 hour, right? That this 4 hour closed before the daily candle. So this makes me think that this daily candle right here really closed like this. Right there. If that's the case, we tap some of these highs and start coming back down for that celery play. Because it's either that, right? The only way to interpret this, because that could be way off, and this could just be because this is clean range down. Look how bad we got. This could just be that bottom wick to bring us up. But the fact that the 4 hour on a daily closed there, that's why I think this is the truer daily candle. This bullish opening here. Not a bottom wick, but we'll see. Anyway, 4 hour is bearish, which will fall in line with that analysis for the 4 hour celery for the daily celery play to come down. And since we've opened our session, we've been printing bullish. See if we can fill the rest of this range and look for some sells up here. I see it for now. I do want some structure to print. We broke out of this level, right? So if we're able to get back down there and form a support, I would take some buys. Right, if we were able to break down here, maybe even respect this area. There's something like this, and we can be on our way up to retest whatever high is made here right now. Because any kind of high we make here should technically be retested on the smaller time frame if we are to head down on the daily. But it's not just gonna, usually it's not gonna turn around in one candle. It's gonna ride up, like I said, make a little U-turn and start heading back down. And that U-turn is that pullback, the retest of the high, and then our drive back down. Sammy has it. I don't know, but can you get him to stop, please? Hold on, chat. Missed the move, and there's no move for me to take here that I would miss. This session just started 7 minutes ago. No? Sit back, relax. Take notes as I take tokes of this marijuana smoke. Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait for some resistance to form here. We're approaching these areas, right? The chop, but we've just kind of cleared it. It's been cleared up. It's been cleared down. I want to see if we clear it up again. Something to look out for if we do. Which up here is the respect of this area. On the 15, on the 30, respect of that area. And a tap of these areas on the 15, because this is a 30 level here. But up here, where the 15 tops out, if we're able to do that and come back down into range, I would look themselves here. Then this would make a lot of sense. Bounce off this resistance, keeping the closures below the 30. We're gonna pull back here. There's gonna be a clean range. So let's just see what happens here. Let's see how far it rides up. For now, that's all I have, and we'll wait. Without having any long-term investment in gold, does anyone prefer day trading in at 5K plus rather than 2 to 4K? Yes. Sí. Da. Lesson for sure for Aviansky. I can pretty much guarantee you that, like, probably 99% of the people on the stream today have gone through that. You're about to get the shock collar, bro. Waiting on Zoom? Gotcha. Come on in. Welcome. Glad to have you. We'll get back stronger with better mentality. Sure, always. Always growing. Always getting better, right? Growth over goals mindset. Just hopped on, took a power nap after doing Asian, London, then New York. Trooper. Super trooper. The better to wait for 30-minute close. It's in this case, I'm not just waiting on a closure, I'm waiting on the market to get to our level. Once it does that, then we start waiting for a closure. So think of these levels as setting an alarm for yourself. Yo, let me get this guy out. Bro. No more barking. No more barking. No, you had. I told you you had 20 barks for the day. You just used up 18 of them. No more barking. Used up all 20 barks I gave you today. Gave him 20 barks. He's used up at least 18 right now. Got 2 barks left in for the day. Yeah. Call him Bark Simpson. Louder your mic, Wix, please. I don't know how. I've raised the gain, and until I have pick like an evening to sit there and play sound engineer, just gotta be like this. Sorry, no time, right? You know that when you're a tourist, you come down to South Beach, you're walking down like Ocean Drive. Every restaurant's trying to hand you a menu. Like here, you drop this. Here's the menu, and then I figured the only good thing to say is sorry, no time. That's what I always say. What else? You checked OBS? Yeah. I think I did. Like from what I can see on the face. Yeah, the volume's all the way up. Nothing can mute me. I'm all the way up. Except Farzo. Farzo can mute. Just got home zoom door. Gotcha. Gotcha. Come true. Come true. Come true. And now, Richie in the building. What's your PO box? Yo, bro, you just remind me. I forgot to pay my PO box. They're gonna give it away right now. I forgot to pay it. Ask me tomorrow on stream and I'll give it to you. I gotta go tomorrow. Wait, what? What's unstable? Your internet connection is unstable. You're unstable. God forbid I lose a connection when I'm trading here. Have arrived. Jay. How can I join your Zoom? Get the bundle. I'm gonna keep saying it until Savage shows up. was expected. See, we can push up here. Who's looking at a book map? How many orders here sitting at 52.20? Maybe 52.24, right? The way book map works, I figured it would be at 52.24. There's a whole bunch of orders. Tell me I'm right. Or just tell me something. Anyone? Dirk? There's anyone? Are they even here? 52.21. Oh, really? Right out here? That's a good level. Yeah. I fuck with 52.21.
Yo,
Wagwan.
what up?
What up?
Yeah, there's 30 orders sitting at 20 and 21 together. About 30.
Oh, that's it? Not a lot.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
many.
No.
I need at least 80.
No.
How do you know exactly where to place your indicator lines? These lines, they're actually indicators for you, not for me. When I trade on my own, I don't have any line. Nothing. But they're more for you for the visuals because it looks nice and pretty to have something on there for reference. But I just do a top-down analysis, right? I'll look for the most logical levels. So I understand the 4 hours bearish here. We're looking to come down. It's more of a bias thing on the higher time frame. Then I drop down to the smaller time frames. I see we're pushing up from here, right? But if I drop down to the smaller time frame, really what's relevant for me is the current range. And the current range is from the one where we just broke out of. We go down to the 15. That's where this line is drawn off that 15. Right? If we go back here, this line is drawn off the 30 and the 15. I just adjusted it on the 15 here because it kind of made more sense. Fell in line over here, but it's really a top-down analysis here. See, this is also the hourly level. So there's a reason it's placed there. If this wasn't like an hourly and a 30 level, just 15, there's probably no line over here. We're just, this is just probably looking like a wick for us, and it's kind of irrelevant. As we start filling it with volume, momentum, we'll break it. We'll go to the resistance. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Anyway, as you're hopping in here, we got 200 in here. Drop a like, sub to the channel, and please share this stream. I need your help to grow this community. Can't do it without you. And I mean, I guess that's it. I can't do it without you. Please share the stream and sub to the channel. Let's build a big community of like-minded people, like-minded traders. That's the gold line. Copper has been good to me last couple of days. No tickets? You guys know Patrick Ewing had a shoe? I had no idea the guy had it. No, the commodity. I know. I get it. There's just not much of a conversation we can have about the commodity. If I make a joke out of it, maybe we can. Maybe we can. Guy's selling all the copper wire from his neighborhood. 4-hour level to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box to the left. Santos at Nate. Ninja punch. We got a Michael in the Zoom. We have a Jordan in the Zoom. Together, you guys could be great. I need help. All right. Can we get kind of pullback? Get some structure for him. Can we just push through here? What's this candle doing? Got caught these buys? Nah. From 2K? From 18, I got in at $1. No, we started the stream. The market was right here. This is the candle. Started the stream for us. I mean, maybe you could say this is the level. Yeah. Let me say this is. Could get interesting though, yeah. Like these two indecisive candles. Because what I was saying is if the 30 can hold this support here, right? Look at this area we pushed up from. This is going to be a leg candle on the 30. So we could probably have a bottom wick entry on the next candle. On the next 30, right? Looking like this as it down to flip up. But I would want to come back down to the hourly, at least to the hourly level here. That would be entry, but these are too big a stop. 200 pips. We'll see how this plays out. An entry down there though is not bad. 150. Get in right here. That would be optimal entry. Might not get there. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'm also very, very aware of the previous 4 hour. Oh, I got you. I got you, Bull. see what happens. 3 minutes here for the 30. People at the Zoom door. New jams. I agree. It's 30 close. Come down. If we can get a top wick here and a rebreak of the lows, an interesting 30 close. Come on, rebreak highs. Sell them in here. Whoa, whoa, why did it activate? What did I do wrong? Oh, well, we're in here. Should have been a sell limit on the break of the lows. So guess what? I'm gonna go break even here. Let's see if it can ride down. Yeah. Let's get in here. Get in here. Yeah, just to kind of even it out. I just got in there. Down to these stops above the previous candle. Expect this to flip. Wait, did we? Yo, I'm so confused what just happened. Limit.
So I had this problem earlier. I'm pretty sure you have to do stop, sell. So I had this problem earlier. I'm pretty sure you have to do stop, sell.
Turn off your YouTube so we don't get an echo.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think I'm still in a position here on the live. Really should have been the break of the lows, but I wanted to even it out with the funded. But I'm like, why is this operating so funky? Right? There's a break even on here. I thought I moved the stop back to break even over there, right? Then
It shows that you did on
once we
signals, but
flip, I'm gonna go break even, gang. This candle flips. There it is. We're up about 18 pips. Let's see if it can ride down or if it takes us out of break even here. Took us out B. So just to B here. Signals and. So I placed my position and I brought that stop down to break even. Gotta replay this one. You had a limit instead of a stop and it triggered.
yeah, so you have to do a stop instead of a limit.
I fucking hate trading you. So yeah, I don't think we would have ever been. Yeah, I don't think we would have ever been activated, but whatever. B either. You had sell limits set up instead of sell stops. That would happen. So that's why when it was over here and I clicked sell, it activated immediately because it puts me at the best limit price. I understand, yeah. Like, this is just not user friendly. Yeah, it was like, I get it. So if I had a stop and the price was above it, I mean, if I had a limit order, but I put the price under it, it would activate me as a market order because the price is under it. Get it? Well, a B either. This account sold a little more. This one sold like 20, 30 pips. Minus 73. All right, we were in profit. I said, as soon as the candle flips, it doesn't need to drive. You're taking the top hook entry. You're only playing the flip. Once it flips, you go B. Because at that point, you don't know if it's going to re-break the lows. There's a level. There's a reason a candle closed there, right? Probably look left. There's a level. Now entry on break of lows will be invalid. No, if it breaks the lows here, Fucking take it. Because look, the hourly, you've given it a chance to ride up. I just don't think it breaks the lows here. I think it rides up to the top of the range. But if it does, yeah, I don't mind taking it because look, the hourly just had a chance to ride up here. It's flipped. This 30 just flipped the hourly bullish. If it re-breaks the lows, I'm down. Let's try this again. It would be current candle stops. So sell stop. Right? Stop. There. I'm lying. I'm not gonna do this. I respect the hell out of this 1 hour level here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. It looks more like a ride up to the top of the range in the higher time frame, but I'm not moving the hourly level. I think this makes a lot more sense off the. Yeah. Dirty light candle, yeah, but we spoke about getting that light candle and getting a bottom wick to here, right? Remember, getting a bottom wick to there. Use this wick as a stop, or this wick. So you can't. Yes.
That's what I was waiting for, but it never got it. I didn't take it.
Yeah, I never gave it. Yeah, I'm not gonna enter on the break of the low. I didn't realize this. It's a good thing. Good thing you asked me because then I started looking at the hourly time frame. I think this could be a fool's gold, right? Break this low here. And if it decides to ride down, then you got to be okay with it. We will not be a part of it. What's up? for the same thing. Funny. Spaced out, man. Just like me. For real. Far, far. If you could travel at any point in time, where would you go? It depends. Am I able to manipulate what happens? Am I interacting, or am I just looking? If I can interact, I'm going to the exact candle before my biggest runner, and I'm loading the account like a degenerate, and I'm retiring by lunch. I go back 2 or 3 years, they wouldn't even know I'm from the future or from the past. Like, I exist in the same form, probably looking the same. No, I probably, if I can't change anything, I wouldn't go back. Every mistake, you know, loss, every lesson built me who I am today. I definitely jump forward, not backward. I think I'm curious who I become if I keep executing like this for another 10 years. I think I want to know what happens way further down in the future. But future, always the future, right? I guess the past is already priced in, and I can't change it, right? So I guess just like in life, I'd rather trade what hasn't happened yet. But if sometime in the future they got flying cars for everybody, and if Monday morning doesn't exist, that's where I want to go. But always the future. $52.08 at least we will touch before that. We're at $52.08. What was it you saw on the hourly that turned you from riding it south? This level right here. I've made this mistake before. Just experience. This level right here is okay. So there was a strong rejection from down here, and as soon as we got here, there was almost no pullback, just a heavy buy. And then this candle came down, strong rejection from down here, but they all closed above this level, and we just closed above that level. And no matter how far down we wick down, any moment here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this wick to the left could serve as your favorite shampoo play, right? You get that right shoulder and stuff. So the key here is to not trade this because that's a misdirection. That's 50-50 area, right? It's horse shit. This is horse shit. But you do want to trade all of this up here. You really do want to. Personally, I would rather trade it on the way down than up. That's just me. That's why I'm waiting for it to get up here and make a decision, and we'll see how we can react to it. Yeah, and there's everything's coming up from the 4-hour demand zone. But is it really? Because we don't know if this was the bottom wick to come up here today. Right? Boom. We'll see. But based on that closure, I would say, yeah, we close back in range. Highly likely we fake out unless this 4-hour closes like it is right now. And then we are looking for buys off the bottom wick here up to these highs at 52.26 areas. Let's see. This will get interesting, though. I like how this just played out. If we can get this bullish closure here in 15 minutes, right? And it's if this 30 closes above the most recent 30, we have an opportunity to come up to the top of the range. We're just going to need a nice bottom wick here because that would be the next hourly candle. Ideally, we can break this low. Start coming up here. I hate all this job. All of it, all together. Like, there's better setups, but the fact that we've have this clean range to the left, the fact that we just closed above here, we failed to close back in range, and now we're going to close above this most recent level. Okay. If that happens, we should be able to come up. Just do we close above that level or not? What are you going to do? What are you going to do here? See this level right there. That's what I think. If we are to come down, remember I said we usually mirror the way we come up, the way we come down. Look how we came up over here. That area. Boom, boom. Now the way down. Boom, over there. Boom. Now I expect to come up to these areas before the eventual way down. Rejection from 1 hour supply. Yeah, you can tell that because this whole candle is a wick. It's a top wick, a bottom wick, very indecisive candle. And that's just, that doesn't put too much confidence into buys or sells here, right? Doesn't build confidence, this type of candle. $30 looking better. You sometimes use a Fibonacci? No. That's a negative. Took a L tonight. Feel like my mental clarity ain't right tonight. Just so hard to read in this chop. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, but better off digging to the higher time frame, right? When in doubt, zoom out. That's what I always say. And I would take my own advice. If I zoom out, this is telling me we should come down here. But if I zoom in, it's telling me we should come up. So you know what happens? If the time frames aren't lining up, I'm not going to be part of it. Going to mislead any, but the great thing about it is you're not obligated to trade in here. Wow, what a great 15 closure. Look at this 30, no bottom wick. Previous 30 was bearish, right? So maybe you're making the top wick to come down. So this is just, yeah, it's a very tough read here. The time frames are telling you a different story. It's not a tough read. It's just, you can clearly tell that the time frames are telling you a different story. So it's not that the read is tough. The read is 50-50. You don't have an edge here, right? That's go either way. And if there's no overwhelming edge, I'll have to take it. But the read is there, right? Side by side, back in the chop. It's like horseshit. Yeah, Dan, you're gonna be so happy when you're like, when you wait all this out, don't take a trade, and next time you hop onto the charts, you're just seeing things like Neo in the Matrix. Like, it's a good feeling, and you're like, well, this is what I waited for. This is, you know, I'm waiting for this feeling. It's gonna be, it's absolutely worth it. So yeah, if there's no confidence behind your positions, just let it rock. I don't have any confidence in anything that I see right now. Like, nothing overwhelming. I'm not convince myself beyond a reasonable doubt that something here, it looks amazing. 7 minutes here for the 1 hour. Man, you know what? I wasn't really feeling well before the stream. I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it. I was like, man, I need a day off. And I'm like, man, I'm taking another week off. I need a day off. Now that I'm here, I feel great. I'm so happy I'm here. Like, win or win, right? I just feel great. Taking any trade so far? Well, if you count no trade, a trade. More control pressure downward unless buyers prove otherwise. Got a bad headache myself. I may be calling it early. Yeah, but a little bit of a migraine and so good. China deploys Kung Fu robots. Wild. Yeah, we're gonna be playing Tekken IRL, bro. We're gonna be Street Fighter IRL. Gonna have. I'm just gonna be standing there with a controller and a real life robot, just kicking the shit out of your robot. I'm gonna get that guy from the Water Boy. What's his name? Break his fucking head off. What's his name? The Gigolo dude. Rob Schneider. There we go. Lost 900 today. Got stop loss issues. Got stop loss issues. Our grandkids gonna be speaking Chinese if we don't do anything about it. Learn Chinese. Like that song. Y'all gonna learn Chinese. That dude was signed by the Rough Riders. Crazy. Jin. Remember Jin? That was before any of you were born. We waiting for any direction. We waiting for something. And this ain't it. It's all noise. The 15 riding up, yeah. Five minutes here for the 1 hour closure. Remember him from 106 in Park? He could spit? Yeah, I mean, didn't really have any hits except y'all gonna learn Chinese. But yeah, that went nowhere. I didn't learn Chinese. I learned Japanese. The only thing I learned in Chinese was "That's one chicken." That's all I know. And I know who you hiding. That means where they at in Chinese. How's it been, guys? Wheat has been clean shaven 9. Rough 9. Wheat has been trending nice. Potential buys over this level and lower low. Yeah, I know nothing about no wheat. I know something about some weed. Nothing about no wheat. Come on, Candle. Come on, hurt my feelings. There. here's the deal. Like, look at this drop we had earlier. We had a pullback. And look at this massive drop right after it, after that pullback. Pullback, range, whatever. Look at this drop we had here. Just pullback. Yeah, we see a massive drop again. I'll be ready for it. And till that 4-hour close is bullish, man. But difficult to look for buys through here. There's too many rejection levels. Oh, it's a 4-hour level there. This Chinese word is Carter. True. That's funny. Looks, I'm no longer trading GJ. That's the only pair I always get clapped in despite the valid setup, which worked a lot for prior to 2024. Yeah, get rid of GJ. No bueno. Talking about weed. That lo-fi music is making me sleepy. Did you smoke? I don't think it's the talking about weed that's making you sleepy. I think it's participating in or partaking in the actual inhaling of carcinogens making you sleepy, and THC. 9 seconds here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Right, it is 9 o'clock, gang. What's this candle gonna do? I don't know. Wait, hold on a second. Give me a second, chat. Fried but locked in, yeah. Is this some sort of casino? What's all over the screen? Holy shit. This? Oh, yeah. Hold on. We didn't add everything. We got more shit to add. We got more shit to add. Hey, shout out Tory Trades. Yeah. What do we need? What else do we need? All right, yeah. I think he's right. Let's get rid of everything. There's too much shit going on the screen. It's been real fucking Da Vinci-esque here today. Yeah, we got a closure below there. Not mine. Looking for sells. Like that we have a top wick here. I hate the level we closed at or the level we're tapping into, but we are still bullish. We closed above the range. There's room to go. But this will be interesting. If we can get this bottom wick down here to the support or rebreak of the highs with interest. Right? Sort of this candle. All right, we can get to these levels right here. Bottom wick, 51.995. We'll have some buy stops on the break of the highs. That'll be it. Other than that, I would really rather fall in line with the 4 hour. Yeah, sells below here. I just want to win. Just by the time it prints and the way, you know, 15 start closing out those levels, you're like, be 170 pip stop. Appropriate for a man to take naps. Go for it. Third body Lee. Nope. What levels do you mark up when looking for a trade? I see a lot of people go for session highs, lows. What do you mark up? I just go to the most immediate ranges and yeah, the most immediate ranges, and I do a top-down analysis. So I'll go from the daily down to the 15. Daily, 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, 30, 15. So the lines is where we want to take positions, but we did just get a bounce off that level, right? And we did get a closure above the most recent range. That's why break at a highs here. Interesting. Really would need to come down to support level. Right, rebreak at the highs. But on the other hand, I'm really interested in this 4 hour coming down for the flip. It hasn't closed yet. There's another 50 minutes left in it, 54 minutes. And if that's the case, if we're able to get these closures below here, that would be very interesting as well. See, let's see if we can come down to these areas, and then we'll look for the rebreak at a high there. How much room is there? At about 100 pips to that level. You don't like buy here? If we come down lower, yeah, 51.99 at least. That's my area, 51.99. Like I said, keeping up with the bearish 4 hour. We can break the previous hourly low and close below there. Be interesting. I want the break of the previous 15 candle. range, not a great buy. Right now, there's nothing. See where we closed. I see what last time we closed up here. We came down to these levels, and then we broke through. Thinking we just had this move up here, right here. I think it came down, boom, and then see that break up. So just going based on the market and see what it can mirror here. So if this was to re-break highs, I'd be interested, depending on the stop here. Shit. But right, this is right here. This is the level we were talking about, 199.5. We got to 5,200 on the dot. Right? If it breaks this high, I would expect this level to fill after closing like this. So that means we will have a buy stop here, unless we start closing below the range, at which point, namas. Right? Everything's right. Okay, there we go. The buy stop is there. If this breaks down into here, no harm, no foul, right? But if we re-break highs, I expect the top of the range to fill. Now, get rid of this. Confirm this. Go limit. Sell. Sell limit. Go. To the left, right? 17, it's about 60 pips. Limit. Do 4. So. We did break the previous 15 like we asked for. So we want to see the break of the previous 15, because if this got us as far as this should get us further if we re-break the highs. We closed above the most recent range. Bouncing up off support. We have precedent for it driving up from this level before all the way to the top. Let's see if she plays nice. understand what's going on? Can you join Discord? Exclamation point. Exclamation mark Discord. Yeah, the 15 looking like it's gonna close. $45 seconds. Yeah, this is how we close. I'm gonna delete. $30 seconds. Get rid of this. That's annoying. Oof. Oof. It's only 15. I'm not fucking with it. This break down. All right, we could get that bottom wig bounce off of here. How much stops here? 18. Man, that 4 hours scares me. I don't have to worry about it now. It's split bullish. Bro, is this gonna be the ride up? My mouse skipping. I think I need to change the battery on my mouse because it's skipping. This is wild. If it decides to ride up right now, it's gonna be really wild. Yeah, because now you need a closure. You can't just take the regular highs. Now you need a closure above here. That clearly printed a resistance. 5 pips off your buy limit? Yeah, right here. 51.96. Bingo, right on the dot. That's the ideal buy limit for that situation. Exactly. Perfect. Good job. That's the ideal buy limit there. But I think in this situation, oh yeah, you do want the sniper entry. You think it comes down here. Just is like, is that 5 pips really matter if the range is 100, right? Maybe you could think of it like that. But I think it's a good habit to just, you know, be principled in your entry and what you're gonna stay on. Wait, hold on. Let me close the door to him. Nothing a little belt can't fix. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just jokes. God, you want to take this buy here on a break of the highs. Look at this 30. But the issue is the 15 gave you a closure. And if you think about it, at some point, like I'm not saying this is going to reject, but at some point, this candle looked like this. There was a time when that candle looked like that and ended up back in range because we didn't have a closure above. Right? So, and it closed back in range. So I need a closure above here so this doesn't happen. Jan stand 5194. We have that level marked up. Range is what I got. Can you remember that? I love it when you show that visual. Oh, when I draw on top of the candle? Yeah, for perspective. Yeah, because you got to realize what the candle looked like at some point. Certain point. That bitch was bullish as hell like this. It makes you think like, holy shit, we can be really bullish today, but no closure. We'll end up right back in. Right back in range. Right? This candle was like this at one point. Hold on. We feel somebody outside. Might spend the whole session in this chop. Similar here. If you look to the left, the concept of what happened, right? You had this most recent range. Look at that closure above the range. You had this most recent range, closure above the range. You get another step form, right? Boom. Form back above the range here. Back above the range here. Back above. Tate. Yeah, those were funny like a few years back. I mean, pretty old now. Need some new sound bites. Thank you, Jay. I was waiting on that. Been arranging the whole session. Yes, it has. You think it would be a bullish or bearish day? I went over this earlier. I believe we're coming down here for a celery play. You'll see. For our celery play. So. Usually I'd go by the previous day, and the previous day closed bullish. But because technically the closure on the day was down here, right? I don't know why it doesn't take into account the last 4-hour closure. But when we closed out the day, we were right here, which is below right this level. And if we're below that level, why are we down here, right? Why did we open up there? We're respecting this area. But I believe we're gonna make that bottom wick here to come down. I don't know if we're gonna end up having a bullish or a bearish day. But at this point, I'm under the impression I'm leaning towards this candle breaking lows today, creating a steeper bottom wick. If not coming down, then creating a steeper bottom wick on the daily than it has right now. If we go based on the 4-hour, yeah, previous 4 hours bearish. We want to come down here and break these lows. Hour flipped here. Maybe get a late candle. Last time we had a 2-hour late candle, we went back the other way. Remember? Oh, the other way here. Maybe we come up now against this 2-hour late candle. We'll see. Many ways to play this. Minutes here for the 30 closure. We will see this closure through. $300 peeps. Well, I'm not there yet. 280. But if there are 300, my fellas. Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Hey, where did 50 people go? I guess they didn't want to go fight the Persians. See how it is. I guess it's just 260 of us. Come on, Benny, we've been over this. Like candle on the 15? We held. 30 still open though. Held here. Look at that. And look how steep that bottom wick was. There's no positions here at the moment for me. The only way we can take a position here is if we can re-break the lows here, get a steeper wick, ideally break all these lows, and then come back up. That's not happening now. Need a bottom wick. No good for me. It filled the advantage point here too fairly quickly, right? That 30 pips. Body candle. Yeah, I can't take a sell here until we get a closure below. Looks interesting. We need these closures below. This can't just end up right back in reach. In the 30, all close respecting. We bring out highs, buy stops. Thought about it. I'm not a big fan of this. We're heading into that 4 hour. The 4 hour is going to create a wick. It opens. And I see this, right? I see this wick here. We made a bottom wick. Came up here. So close. But then again, right? Why did this stops here? Because I'm not a fan of this chop. I'm not a fan of this at all. If it rides up, I'd rather take some buys above. But I'm no fan of the way it's printing here. Last 20 minutes of the 4 hour candle, yeah, I'd rather wait. It could push here, right? It could fill this wick, but it could also come back down and close below just like you had here. You saw that, right? We broke the high, grabbed some of those orders in. See, maybe it pushes back up, maybe it closes back below, who knows? Like, when I get into positions, I'm usually very confident, very sure in taking it. This doesn't inspire confidence. You should zoom out a higher time frame when it's chopped. Hey, this is 100 pip range, right? There's room here to move. And the higher time frame does say sell until the 4-hour closure, but the 4-hour closure here is in 20 minutes. So if you have buy stops on the break of the high right now, you might end up being liquidity for this to come down. You know what I mean? Will you? I don't know, but possibility. It's a lot bigger possibility than not. Just bounce, don't see it dropping. Man, I've seen this play out so many times. I'm not talking because I'm not saying it because, like, you know, it's for fun on those. You saw it. It rebroke the highs just to come back down here. I literally pointed at this right there to the left earlier. All right. Broke those highs. Look at this. We even wicked into the same. This is the level. We even used the right area because look at this wick. Yeah, we wicked right into there. Candle that I was just talking about. Boom. What did it do after that? It melted here. There's a chance this melts. Am I willing to bet on it? No, we still haven't had a closure. Asian's been getting a lot of chop. But, like, you know, you get used to this, right? The market cycles change, you get used to it. Oh, rebroke the lows. Do what? Rebreak the highs? See, it rebroke the lows right there on the last candle. So we broke the highs, then it rebroke the lows. Do what? Rebreak the highs again? I don't know. Last 15 of the 4 hours is 30 making a bottom wick to ride up. 15 making a top wick to come down. Now it's back in here. The hourly's back in range. 30's flip bullish. The 15 no bottom wick. I like that it's retesting the range again. If it breaks these lows, come down. Reminiscent of this 15 here, right? With no bottom wick. We're gonna have a sell stop here on the break of the lows. Sell stop. Current candle stop. Actually, can make it previous here. TP. Here. So 188.9. Our advantage point is down to here, 79. Areas. Yeah, if we re-break highs, might end up calling it. That would suck. We don't activate before the last 5-minute candle. Did it re-break the high there? Did not. Or, let's see. Yeah. I think I'm going to wait for the 4-hour closure where just as I say that, it's about to run down. Even then, man. I'm back bullish. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on this 4 hours. It's not pretty. Yeah, the 1 hour hold, and I know, but the thing is, this would be a re-break of the current 1 hour low. And that can run. But like, why wait in this range our entire session even before, from an hour before our session started, all within this range to what breakout in the last 8 minutes. Just not a fan. I'm gonna delete it there anyway. You stay up for London? Four-hour had to make a steeper bottom wick. Well, you're on a different 4-hour than me. You're on a spot. For me, the 4-hour is going to close right now. It's going to close bullish about 8 minutes. Okay, so let's look at it this way. The 4-hour is closing bullish. If it's above the range, right? Means the 1-hour will close bearish, so above the range. Next 1 hour is going to need a top wick. But now we have a leg candle. I mean, if it closes here back in range, I want to call it. It's just fucking ugly. Bugly. It was no volume. Zero volume today. Zero freaking volume. Yeah, it's out of range, but relatively speaking, and how do I know there's no volume? We never closed outside the range. If we closed outside the range, I would say there's volume, but if there was volume, we would have closed outside the range, but we did not. Oh, good. Let's see the other day. We don't force it. Yeah, I mean, nothing's gonna be forced in here. We've attempted, like, right? The things we attempted, no harm, no foul. It just never got there. If it got there, we would have been on the right side of probability. eat a Whopper? Bro, you just fucking, you said you were doing blow, and now you're gonna eat a Whopper? He definitely wants it his way. Whopper, Whopper, Junior Whoppers. Market is choppier than that Paul Wall album. Damn. Paul Wall? He did a song with Hulk Hogan's daughter. I remember that. The 1 hour is so strong. Playing buys at support level, a good idea for the session. The 4 hours bullish. Daily's bullish. The 1 hour is going to close bearish at resistance here, and smaller time frames, the 30 and the 15 are back in the chop. It's just not time yet. Although let me see a bottom. Haven't done this in a while, but this right here has been our session. Not even right here. These 4 candles have been our session. If you had any idea that this is what the session would look like, would you show up? Honestly, I would. Yeah. I like how this is closing. I just don't like this bearish 1 hour. I'm gonna buy into the face of this bearish 1 hour. Ideal fake out. But all this chop to the left, right, is just, if it's not perfect, stay the fuck out. $50 seconds here. Four-hour closed here. So the 4-hour closed bullish, back up above the range. The 1 hour closed bearish at resistance. So the next 1 hour is going to need a top wick in order to fill this wick down. 30 closed bullish at support and a 15 faked out. we can get a little bit of a top wick here. That's a choppy closure. It's right at that line. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. Like I can take advantage of it. I can make a few $100 here. I could ruin my evening just by taking it. It's not as clean as you want it to be. So this buy up here looks great, but the chop to the left with all these wicks, right? We can break that high and start creating a steep bottom wick. If it rides up, great, fine. Logically, everything makes sense. The hourly needs a top wick here, right? So the buy makes sense. The 4 hour closed bullish back up above the range. The buy makes sense. We're sideways. Yeah. What's up? I would show up, but not gonna lie, I caught a few naps to this low 5. W. Barcode trading. Wait, hold on. What did you say, Reggie? What were you gonna say? It'd be interesting if this was to re-break the low down to here and then re-break the high. Oh, there we go. All right, re-break the low. Re-break the low. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. This sucks. This is ugly. This was our session here. Just this chop. But yeah, this is our session. Gang. Oh, before you go, who's the better scorer, Dirk or Melo? Both in their prime. Melo. There wasn't a better scorer in the league. You needed a bucket. Melo will come down and get you a bucket, no matter. Melo. You ask the players around the league, they'll tell you Melo. Yeah, I said ask the players around the league like you know him. Like he gonna go around every locker room and ask the damn players. Yo, trust me, ask the players around the league. Like I had a conversation with them. I don't know. But it's a funny question. You know why? Because I heard this somewhere on a podcast and everyone was like overwhelmingly Melo. Motherfuckers played with both, right?
Yeah, I was just watching the clip of the podcast. It was like it's with Raymond Felton, Charlie Villanueva, Tony
I don't
Allen.
remember who was on it. This was a little while ago. Is this an older podcast, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it happened. I just saw like a clip right now. I was like, that's a good question.
Yeah. I think I take as a pure scorer with no defense. I think Melo in his prime was a better scorer than LeBron, than all of them. Just pure scorer. Carmelo Stoudemire, all yellow lamb flying. Yeah, we want great trades, not okay trades. That's what I want. Like I've tried so hard to see, like, you know, and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. Didn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. And in the end, it didn't even matter. Oh, man. Pure scorer choosing KD, but we're talking Melo or Dirk. And honestly, a lot of guys in the league, I thought about saying KD, but a lot of guys in the league would still take Melo in his prime. Sing it. Sing it. Been so long. He's been on. What was that guy's name? Mystical. I gotta go. I'm losing my mind. Just like this morning. Yeah, nothing good here. I hate the chop. You guys should hate the chop as well. Wait for it to break out. That's the indication of volume. The higher time frame closes outside this range. You're good to go. There's clean range to the left down here on this candle. There's clean range to the left up on this candle. Just get the fuck out this range. Right? So wait for your closure outside the range. Wait for some bottom wicks or top wicks to get back into the range. Retest it. And then wait for breaks of those highs or lows, whichever way you break out. Okay? Very simple plan. Ooh, great band. Simple plan. Thanks for that hourly explanation. Yes, sir. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Zoom gang. Hasta la pasta. See you mañana. Mods, thank you so much for helping me run the stream. signal channel. If we break out this range, I'll be paying attention. If we don't, I mean, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, and we'll see each other tomorrow morning. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. As for me, my time here is up. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Let it go, let it flow. Tell them, Wix, it ain't nothing but ranges. Yeah, these ranges suck. If anyone's gonna be trading later on in the Discord, just trade and people will join you. But wait for this shit to break out. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. Later.